Well, hello, standard eighthers. Hello, eighthers. I am hoping that every one of you is doing well. And well, I hope you all enjoyed a bit of the digital summer vacation which you had. Or I know that you all may have had different plans to go out somewhere, and also vacations, also going to some relatives' places, going to other places. But then this year, many of those plans did not work out properly. But then I'll just advise you all, I'll just request you all, please do not take or please do not start thinking much about all those failed plans, because we or every one of us will have a lot of time later on to fulfill all those things which we did miss on this year, or which we are going to miss on in the coming few months. But then we have to stay careful, we have to stay safe, and also we have to keep ourselves occupied with things so that we do not start taking undue tensions, or we are filled with negativity. Now, moving on, we do have to keep on with studies, and I'm also going to request you all, please do keep in touch with your studies, with the books, not only the textbooks. This is a very good time actually, so as to move out of the textbook and to explore different areas of or to explore different subjects, so as to find out where your interest lies, and so as to explore a few different topics of. And also, you do have access, most of you do have access to the internet, and also to different kinds of books. You also do have seniors at home, brothers, sisters, elders, books of our parents which we inherit from them. So all those books, please start reading, and reading, please start cultivating a new hobby, please start working on a new hobby, so that when we come out of this lockdown, we come out as refined individuals. Moving on, we are going to start with another new chapter of history, that is a period of revolutions, or the age of revolutions. When we talk of a revolution, what is a revolution? Revolution actually means a drastic change or a dramatic change from um, something which was the usual, or a dramatic change. So when we are talking of the Americas were discovered, or the American continent, both the Americas, they were discovered by none other than Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus in the 1500s, he went out with three of his ships, the Nina, Pinta, and the Santa Maria. These, yes, I'm not making these names up. These were the names of his three ships. So these in these three ships, it was Christopher Columbus who came out, or who went in search actually of India. And instead of coming towards the eastern side, he moved towards the western side and accidentally discovered the continents of Americas. And after America was discovered, please do not, there may be doubts. America was not invented by Christopher Columbus. America was only discovered by Christopher Columbus. The continent of America, the people of America, the native people of America were not known to the other or the mainland people who were residing in Europe and Asia. They did not know about the Americas, neither did they know about the Australias back then, or Australia back then. So Americas was discovered by Christopher Columbus. And after America was discovered by Christopher Columbus, many countries started sending their people, so as to go and find out about the natural resources, and also so as to capture the land which was there in America. And the European countries which started sending their people and their ships towards the Americas, most importantly, there were the French, the Britishers, the Dutch also, there were the Italians also. Now they started settling on the eastern coast of America, and the first British colony which came up in America was Virginia. Now these colonies, what are colonies actually? When we talk of colonies, we know that India was a colony of the the United Kingdom, or Britain, Great Britain, that is. So what do we mean by colonies? Colony is nothing but a country which is being controlled by some other country. And in the case of America, the American Revolution is unique, because in the American Revolutions, when we talk of Indian, or when we talk of fights of independence in India, we are actually talking of Indians who are trying to remove the Britishers from the Indian soil. and the Britishers were foreigners over here in India, and we did not want to get ruled or be ruled by foreigners. That is why we were wanting to remove the Britishers from the Indian soil. But when we are talking of the Americas, in the Americas, the native people of America were not the ones who were fighting for their independence. It was, or in America, the people from England who had moved to America, who had settled down in America, and after 100 or 200 years of those English people and the Britishers settling down in America, those people started revolting against the mainland British country. Let me just make it more clear for you all. After the Americas were discovered, as I said, the Britishers and the French, the Dutch, they started sending ships loaded with people, and people started going to Americas so as to find newer resources, newer places to settle down, and also so as to start trading, and so as to become rich in the business trade. Now, those people who went to America, they were the Britishers and the French. Let us just talk about the Britishers right now. So those Britishers, because it was mostly the Britishers who went to North America, and the Britishers who started going to North America, those Britishers started settling down in North America. They went along with their families. They raised their families over there, and they started settling down in America, calling America their new country. But they actually belong to the Great Britain or England. Now over here we have two countries. We are calling England the mother country, and the Americas, where the people of England are settling down, that was the daughter country over there. Now the mother country, which was England, it was taking taxes from the other country or from America. England was also controlling, or it was England because it was the British Empire or the Emperor of England, which was ruling over or controlling the American, or which was controlling America. Now, when this system where you have a mother country and a daughter country as such, which is being ruled, so the people of America, mostly the Britishers, they did not have any such problem with the mother country, that is England. They did not have any problem being ruled over by the mother country, because as it is, they belong to that mother country. But gradually what started happening is that the first people who had gone to America to settle down, after that their sons and their grandchildren, after that they did not have that kind of an connection, or that kind of a connection or an attachment with the British or with the mother country. So that attachment started breaking after a few generations of Americans, and after that attachment started breaking, these new Americans who were originally Britishers, now they started questioning the policies of the Britishers or policies of the mother country. England at that time, or the mother country, wanted to extract as much taxes and revenue from the daughter country, that is America, so as to become rich herself. And it denied or it did not pass over all the benefits to the America or to the country of America. Now these were some of the reasons why the people of America started becoming, or they got angered by the Britishers or by their mother country, and gradually they started having their own demands. And when these demands, or most of these demands, when they were not heard, or most of these demands were not fulfilled by the mother country, the people of America, they rose in revolution against the mother country, that is England. So this was a case where the people who were fighting against the people who were fighting were Britishers, originally Britishers, and they were fighting against the Britishers. So this was a unique kind of a case. And why did why was there so many, or why did this revolution come to happen? What were the reasons actually which caused this revolution to happen? Before I move on to that, let me just tell you all one thing. You must have seen WhatsApp statuses, or you must have read, heard, and also you must have also expressed your sadness, your grief over the death of a well-known actor, Sushant Singh Rajput. And many such theories will be there, and there will be people who will be, or there are reports that he was suffering from depression and all that. Just a kind reminder to all of you, and a request also to all of you, that please do not fall prey to any such kind of depression. Do not start comparing yourself to others. Do not start thinking much about competition, but start focusing mainly and mostly upon yourself. Start improving yourself, start trying to improve and better your own skill set without or before comparing yourself to others. Start thinking less, or start, do not think less about yourself ever, because that actually makes us feel more miserable. You all know, and you all know that you all are the best, or you all are the best version of you which can ever exist. So please start thinking upon that, and please stay happy and with whatever you have. Yes, it is important to improve, but then wherever we are, that is also quite an achievement. So please do not start thinking negatively about yourself, or about your skills, or about your intelligence. We all are intelligent, we all are differently gifted, we all are having different skill sets, we have our different strengths and our weaknesses. So let us just work on our strengths, let us try to improve our strengths, let us try to make our strengths more stronger, and so as to work upon the weaknesses also, so that our weaknesses are not such so as to put us down or bring us down. So let us just be positive about ourselves, about everything around us. Let us just spend time with ourselves. Let us read a book, watch a good movie, listen to good songs, start writing poems, stories, whatever it is. Let us stay happy ourselves first, and then we can make everyone around us happy. Now, when we are talking of revolutions, as I was saying, is a dramatic change. A dramatic change from something which was the usual, something which was happening, and something which was in trend. There is a drastic change, and the change is brought about by people. So that is what is a revolution. And revolutions need not always, whenever we talk of revolutions, we are always or we always picture bloodshed and battles and wars and so many people dying, those kinds of things. But then not all revolutions require bloodshed. There are peaceful revolutions also. We have the Green Revolution which happened in India. We have white revolutions, revolution which also happened in India. We have the Industrial Revolution, we have the Technological Revolution, we have the service or the IT sector revolution. So there are different other revolutions also, which need not always be or which always involves bloodshed and killing people. Now, when we are talking of these revolutions, there are two revolutions, which actually brought about a lot of change, and most of the change, we talk of democracy, we talk of republics, we talk of different rights to the citizens, we talk of fundamental rights, we talk of liberty, equality, fraternity. So all those things came from two revolutions. The two revolutions which we are going to talk about in this chapter will be the French Revolution and the American Revolution. Now, the French Revolution happened before the American Revolution, and this French Revolution actually gave rise to a concept called nationalism. What is nationalism? Nationalism is a feeling of pride or immense pride in one's own culture, or pride for one's own country, pride for one's own heritage, pride for one's own history, pride for one's own language, pride for one's own customs. So this is what is a nationalism. Nationalism is something which binds all the people, or which binds all the citizens of any country together. When we talk of India, we do have nationalism over here also. So this nationalism is what is binding all of us together. Now, this nationalism as a concept arose mostly after the French Revolution happened. And we also have the American Revolution. The American Revolution was, the American Revolution was greatly inspired by the French Revolution. And so we start with let us just start with the American Revolution first. When we are talking of the colonies in America, there were a few, or when we are talking of the reasons or the causes which caused this American Revolution, when we are talking of this colonies in America, the colonies did not have the independence to make their own decisions. And this was one reason why the people living in the colonies were upset with the mother country. The colonies could not make their own decisions, could not have independent trade. The colonies had to use the ships which were flying the flags of Britain, or the colonies had to use ships. You have to trade with different countries. So the colonies were not independent to trade on their own. They had to trade with permission from England or the mother country, and also on British ships. Also, the colonies could not the colonies were also in America, so many different kinds of crops, so many different kinds of materials, and so many different natural resources were being found. So, and crops were also being cultivated. So, those crops and those natural resources could not be exported by the American colonies without or on its own. They had to first send it to England at very low prices, and then England would export it to different parts of the world at higher prices. So England was the one which was keeping all the profit from these trades, and America was not getting much profit from it. Not only much profit, England, whatever profit England got from trading with American goods, England did not share that profit with the Americas. So this was one reason why the people of America were getting angry, or were not supporting the British, or were angered by the British government. Also, we have, or then there was in the Americas, they could not set up industries or factories which could compete with the British factories. Now there was to be no competition between the American factories and the British factories, so as to benefit the British factories. This was also one of another reason which caused Americas, or which caused the Americans to be angered by the Britishers. The Americas was providing so much of trading items and so much of profit to the Britishers, and also the Americas were actually the Americans which were there, they were actually the Britishers who had come and settled down in America. Now, despite of, or in spite of all this, despite this, there was no representation, or there was no American, there were no British American who were represented, or who had a place in the or British Parliament. Now they could not. What does it actually mean? That all the laws, you all know what happens in a parliament. In a parliament, laws are being made, and all the laws which were being made regarding America was made, or was being made entirely by the Britishers, and the Americans had no say in that. There was no legislator, or there was no legislator, or there was no member of the parliament who belonged to America, who could discuss, deliberate, and also fight for the rights of the Americas in the British Parliament. So this was also another very important, yes, this was a very important reason why the Americans got angered. Now there was another thing. There was a historical fight, or Britishers and the French were always, or most of the time in history, they were enemies, and they always had fought each other. Now there was another war which was coming up between the French and the Britishers in the mainland, or in the continent of Europe. Now this war, and so as to fund this war, so as to get more money, so as to fight the war, the Britishers introduced the Stamp Act. And due to the Stamp Act, a lot of profit was being generated by the Britishers, but the Stamp Act was actually hurting the profitability, and also was hurting the Americans. Now what happened was that the Americans started protesting against this act, and they started raising the slogan of no taxation without representation, because it meant that whenever you are imposing a new tax on us, and you are not giving us the profits, and you are not sharing the taxes with us, we will not be or we will not pay those taxes until and unless you all allow one of our, or some of our representatives to represent us in the British Parliament, so as to speak for our views, so as to fight for our rights and fight for America. So this was a slogan which is one of the most important slogan which was raised by the Americans back then. It was no taxation without representation. All it meant was that they will not be paying the taxes, or they will not be listening to any of those new taxes, or following any of those new taxes, until and unless the Britishers allow some of the Americans to take part, or to participate in the proceedings of the British Parliament, so as to fight for the rights of Americans. There was also this feeling amongst the Britishers, and amongst the British nationals, and also amongst the British Crown, that is the British Emperor of England, that America was there just so as to fund, and just so as for the benefit of the mother country, that is for the benefit of England. And the Britishers believed that the Americans could not have their own rights, and they were existing just for the benefit of England. Now this may have been the case, but then England did not pass on any of those benefits. England did not England did not carry out any such reforms or carry out any such improvement in the lives of the Americans. All the Britishers did, as you all know, in the case of India also, all the Britishers did was take away as much of revenue, taxes and natural resources and different other materials which were being produced, and giving back nothing or nearly nothing to the Americas. This was one thing which caused some kind of a emotional reaction amongst the Americas or the Americans. As I already said, the Americans, the newer generation of Americans did not have that kind of a touch or did not have that kind of a connection or a contact with the mother country. They did not have any kind of patriotism for the mother country. They believed that America was their country, so they were wanting to fight for the rights of America. Also, when we are talking of now, what happened was that there was, or the Americans or the people of America, due to their anger, widespread anger and resentment against the Britishers, what they did was they did something so as to anger the Britishers, so as to make or so as to tell the Britishers that their policies of unrestricted taxation and also of taking away everything from the Americas will not be or is not going to work for long. So there is an incident which is known as the Boston Tea Party incident, in which a few of those revolutionaries or few of those people who wanted to fight for the American independence, they dressed up as Red Indians. Who are the Red Indians actually? Red Indians are the actual or the native people or native population of America. They were the ones who were all over America, ruling over America before America was discovered by Christopher Columbus and before the Europeans started settling down in America. So this, the few of those revolutionists, they dressed up as Red Indians, and they boarded a ship which was taking away or which was taking tea from the American mainland and which was going to England. And the Red Indians, they boarded that ship or they got onto that ship and removed and threw all the crates or the boxes of tea into the sea, and this came to be, and this was one incident which sparked, when we talk of immediate cause or when we talk of the spark which gives or ignites any revolution, this was the spark which ignited the American Revolution. That is why this Boston Tea Party incident is very, very important when we talk of the American Revolution. Also, the revolution which had already happened in France, and a few of those independent French thinkers like Milton, Locke, Rousseau, they were the ones who actually, their books, their philosophies, their sayings, their words had inspired the Americans. They had asked or they had inspired the Americans to fight for their rights, and they had also instilled a spirit of nationalism. Also, they had made the Americans realize and understand the meanings of liberty, fraternity and equality, which all of these things were not or being denied. All of these things, liberty, equality, fraternity, all of these things were being denied by the Britishers to the Americans. So the Americans were also heavily influenced by the French thinkers and also other independent thinkers from the world, and thus they got that motivation to fight, and they did fight. And there are a few incidents which happened, and also a few other things which are there related to the American War of Independence, which we will be doing in the, or which I'll be telling you all in the next video lecture. Also, we'll be starting with the French Revolution, but till this point, if you did have any kinds of doubt or any problem, I'll just request you all to please ask me through any medium or to post it in the comment section so that I can reach out to you all and try to clarify your doubts. Till then, please stay happy and be happy. Thank you.